Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a watercolor eye effect. I have done one of these in the past. I will link it if it is on this current channel. I think it was actually on my old channel. If it's on there, we're just going to do a few more in the next few months. It's really very much so kind of a spring summer look. I mean, you can wear makeup whenever you want to, but for me, this is something I would wear in spring. And it's only January when I'm filming this video, and I am so itching for spring right now. It's not even funny. So I've got a couple of things I want to use. Obviously, my makeup is done. For my skin, I really wanted a glowy, radiant look as well as a bronze look. So I used a couple of glow products. I used like a sparkly primer in my foundation and also a lighter foundation because for summer looks I really rarely ever use a matte foundation that's heavy. I always use kind of a radiant lighter foundation application. And I did do the eyebrows darker just because I want to give them some emphasis. The only thing I'll be lining is my where I would normally put black liquid liner. I'm actually going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Electric Cake Liner, and I'll be using the opaque white. So it gets, I've got the other one as well. I'll show you what that one looks like. So these are like, I got them last summer and they're my favorite things to use, although I don't use them that often because I really try to show my my eyeshadow palettes because I have a lot of those as well. But these are something that I wish they had like years ago because I'm a huge colored liner fan. I love having a bronzed face. Like this is something I'll do in summer if I'm not filming. I'll bronze my face, do my skin to perfection, and then use these on the area where I'd put a black liquid liner right above my lashes and then cake on the mascara and put on lashes. And that look is freaking gorgeous, you guys. It's so pretty. But we're also going to use, so the, oh yeah, these are the other colors. So these ones smell, I think it's this one, when they're wet, they smell really funky, but I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me. I just like how they look. So I am doing the watercolor effect and I will be using the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker Palette. So here she is. She's so pretty. I haven't used this since, was it last summer or maybe the summer before? I remember I was still pregnant, so it was probably when I first got pregnant. I think it was the summer before because I had my daughter May of last year. Um, and then the other thing that I want to do, so now this is very important when you're doing these watercolor looks. So for me, and I'm pretty sure you could probably do this with darker colors, it's just not the same effect. When you do a watercolor effect, you're basically splotching the shadow onto one area and you're not blending it out. You're just going to put it in one area, and you can do differently on different eyes to make it really funky, but I'm going to stick with the same area on each eye. And you use pastel colors. It's my kind of thing. I love pastels for this. That's why I do my bronze skin. And if I'm doing a pastel eye, you need your lid to be very white to showcase the pastel color. So it has to be bright, it has to be light, it can't be dark because it doesn't work as well. And let me just tell you, if you have a darker skin tone, this eye look is freaking stunning. Like I actually have a pretty dark skin tone and I bronze it so it's even darker. Mine's about a medium olive, and in summer it's a medium tan olive. So I'm pretty dark. When your skin is darker, it's just gorgeous. But mind you, pale skin, this looks really good too. And sometimes I'm envious of paler skinned ladies because when you put pastel shadow on your eyes, it actually shows up as a really rich, pretty color. So that's my take on it. But I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills primer only because, so it's really white and it actually drier than I'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and use it and I'll show you guys how to apply the shadow. So I'm using my E58 by Sigma cream color brush to apply the primer because you don't need a whole lot of primer, and I use primer in almost every eye look. A lot of people like to use just the concealer, but many types of concealer kind of slide around the eye. Even if you only use a little bit, there's some that just don't work as well as others. So you really have to play around with your products. But I'm making this very, very opaque because we want the shadow to show up. It's the same idea, and I know I've said this before, It's the same idea as painting your nails white, and then the color shows up that much brighter, and it's just so nice. So what I'm going to do, now that that's on there, my brush still has some product on it. I'm going to take my ring finger and just pat out the primer before it dries down completely. And this is going all over my eye. So since I'm having a white liner on next to my lashes, I'm going to bring the shadow up fairly high to my brow bone. If you're using darker colors for this, it's not going to be quite the same because a watercolor painting is very much not necessarily pastel, but the colors are very transparent. And it's kind of what you get from this. Like, it's not transparent where you can see the lid underneath, but it's supposed to be airy and spring-like and just really, really pretty. So I think this eye didn't get as much product here. This is actually a really good eye primer for this makeup look. I might have to invest in a bigger tube because my sample is almost gone. Okay, so now with the shadow itself, I'm going to use this brush here. It's a medium sweeper E54, so it's kind of like a packer brush, and I don't want it to be too wide. Another brush that would work well is the short shader E20. So something that is a little bit skinnier. I'm not doing any blending, so I want it to like just kind of stay in one spot. So what color should we start with? I think the last time I did a watercolor look, I had pink, purple, I might have had teal. So I want to use this blue because that's really pretty. I kind of want to use this kind of peach shade. It's called Cone, but I'm not sure how that would look together. I think I might have used orange too. I don't remember. I like the colors if I did the teal color, the blue, the pink, and maybe the orange, or maybe this one down here. That would look pretty. Okay, so we're going to use Cone, Cute, which is the teal color, Bubblegum, which is pink, and then Brain Freeze, which is blue. And I'm going to put the blue on first because I never do, and it's kind of like, I would normally go for the peach color or the pink color. It's unexpected, and that's why it's going to be nice. So I'm going to put the color on the brush, tap off the brush, and then just put it on my eye in the area that you want it, but you don't want to blend, okay? This is like the most important part. So stamp the color on that area, and depending on how many colors you're going to have on your eye, just keep it in the one area. And try not to bring it out too far. I want mine to come up here a little bit so it doesn't look like a starting crease color or beginning of eye color type thing. So now for this step, because like unless you're going to use a different brush, I'm going to clean my brush off in between. I'm using my Vera Mona mini color switch. I only have the small one. So you just put your brush in the foam and you swirl it around in there, and it cleans off your brush and takes off all of the previous color. So next I want to do a contrasting color, so we're not blending here. And I wonder if I should do green instead of blue or teal. I still like teal, but I don't want it to, the color to be weird. So I'm going to do the peach shade, which is Cone, next. So I'm going to put my brush in the shadow, tap it off. I'm going to put it right here. It's almost kind of orange. That's actually really pretty. So remember how I said you're not going to blend it. You're going to stamp on the color. Oops. And just kind of overlap on the blue, but you don't want to blend. So that will go on the middle of the lid. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush again. So I'm going to do pink kind of next to the blue and going over the orange. So we'll go into Bubblegum. I'm actually going to mix it with Good Morning, so this isn't a sparkly color, it's just going to make the pink a little bit lighter, I think. It's a good mix. And then, I wonder if I should do it over here and have green up here. No, I think pink has to go here. So I want the pink to go next to the blue a little bit. a And then right when it gets to the brow bone, I'm going to blend it out a tiny bit. So I'll take a small brush. I'm going to use an E27. This one's stained, but it's clean. So just to blend out the pink a bit, so it's not like a really harsh line by my brow bone. And then I'm going to clean off my brush once more and add the teal on the outside corner. And kind of push it up into the pink. Okay, so that is the easy part. I'm just going to wipe away any fallout. And I'm going to apply the white liner. So this part's a little tricky because even though the white liner is opaque, it's a little difficult to work with because if you put it on, you can't go over the wet liner again. And I do use this small eyeliner E10 liner brush by Sigma. And you can use water in this, so it's meant to be water activated, but I'm going to use my MAC Fix Plus. So I'm going to actually do it on my hand because I never really do this. Let's see, I have to do it up here because I've got foundation on my hand. So I'm going to add, whoops, it's dropping off. I'm going to add MAC Fix Plus to my hand and then dip my brush in it, run it through the liner. It dries really quickly, so I'm just going to blend it out on my hand. This is what I'm working with. I need my brush to be like really close together and not like spread out at all. Okay, so we have to be really careful. So I'm sorry if you won't be able to see this part completely, but I'm going to get close to my mirror and see if I can still kind of show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm trying not to get it on my lashes, but it's really difficult. This liner is definitely a learning curve. I'm just going to add more Fix Plus. And the part where I got some right here, I can just wipe that away or use a Q-tip after. Okay, so I think that's how I want it. So what I'm going to do next is add mascara. And I'm going to come back like before I decide to add lashes. I'll see what the mascara looks like. And then I'll show you and we can go from there. I am using this L'Oreal mascara in this black tube. I don't know what it's called. The print is way too small. We'll be right back. Mascara is done, and here's my thought. So number one, I'm not really sure if I like that pink in that spot. So if I were to do this again, I might put the pink on the lid and then the orange color above there. It's not really doing it for me right now. Kind of looks like, you know, a tie-dye Easter bunny or something. I don't know. Or rainbow. It's not meant to be rainbow. It's meant to be watercolor. I would just maybe play around with the arrangement of colors, try different colors. I'm loving that teal color. It's like one of my favorite colors. I like the blue one too. The one thing I will say, I won't put lashes on this look because it will cover up the white liner. If I wasn't going to wear that white liner, then it might be an option. It just, you won't be able to see the liner as well. So there's a couple of things that I want to do. So number one, I didn't put any color on the lower lash line on purpose, but I've changed my mind because I think it'll pull the look together better. And I'm just going to stick with pink and orange, or the peach color, I guess. And I will be using a pencil brush. So I don't have any of the primer on the lower lash line, and that's okay because it won't come off there as easy. So I'm going to go in with the color cone. I'll put this on the inside portion. Do that with the other eye, and I might make it a little bit, I might bring it down more with an E27. I think packing it on will be better at this point. And again, we're not blending here. I'm just going to add the color kind of on top of the orange, but kind of leave it in that spot. So I think that looks really good. And then the next thing that I would do is go into my Fake Awake liner by Tarte and put a little bit of this on the lower lash line to make my eyes look bigger. Okay, so that kind of gives a little something to the eye, and see what I mean? If you add too much, it looks like you've got white liner on there, but it's okay in this instance because I do have white liner on the top. So it's so weird because I always do black, not white. And then the last thing I'll do is add some highlighter. So I haven't done this anywhere on my face yet. I'll do the face first, and then I'll add it to the shadow. Sorry, my daughter was just down for a nap and it's time for her to get up, but we are almost done anyway. Okay, that looks really good. And then I will take my teeny tiny LO4 lip brush. This is like a tiny detailer brush that is perfect for inner corner work. I'm gonna take it and put it right here because it's so pretty. I love this highlight for inner corner. And you could even wet it, so I'm just gonna spray some MAC Fix Plus on my brush. It just kind of makes it shine a little bit more. I love this so much. And then a little bit underneath the brow bone here. It just kind of comes together. And then the last thing I kind of want to do is take my E27 and just blend out the corner where the pink is here. I feel like it's really kind of splotchy, and I want to blend it out just a tiny bit here. I think that looks so cool. Maybe up here a bit as well. It's just so pigmented here. All right. And then the final touch is lip gloss. So I already have something on my lips, and I mean, I'm going out, so I don't really want to put stuff on my lips, but I will take this Buxom Plumping Lip Polish. It's in the shade Rebecca, and it's kind of like this pearlescent, almost light beige color. and something really light and sparkly is kind of what I go for. Okay, guys, and that is it. I have to go rescue my daughter, but I'm glad we're done. So I hope you enjoyed this look. It's much different from what I've been doing, and it's really nice. I actually am okay with it. I would totally go out in public like this. So as a matter of fact, I will be. I had to go get some groceries. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I'd love if you would subscribe, and also click that bell notification button so you'll be notified the next time I upload. Keep in mind, I upload every Monday and every Thursday. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.